LP on the scene, what it be, yo? In the club, stay fly like an ego. Stay fresh to death, to be the steez, yo. Do it.
LP's back out here at Buttons, and I'm with a good friend, Jim Casey of Buster Brown. And I was talking to him earlier. Now, y'all been doing a lot of legends and Southern Sector and RTs, and where else y'all been?
Where else we been? Well, Buster Brown started off in the Panhandle of Texas, and we moved here to Denton and into Dallas. So we were here probably about 10 years, 12 years before we moved away up to Denver and got with an agency out of Denver and started touring the West Coast. Caesars Tahoe, Vancouver, Seattle, LA. Had a lot of fun throughout the years. Mainly, though, we've been in the Dallas area for many years. We've had a couple different situations. We've had many different great musicians in the band. One's going to be showing up here tonight, a guy named Greg Bissonette, who plays with Ringo Starr right now. Also, when we first moved here, the black music scene was considerably different. Basically, white people and black people did not cohabitate together.
Segregated.
It was never segregated. So we were an all-white band, but we loved black music. And so we started getting fired from all the white clubs here in Dallas. And
we played too many black clubs.
So we started playing a place called the Red Noodle Club over in Mockingbird and Lemon. And the Red Noodle was one of the coolest places, you know. We got to meet all the great black musicians that were living in Dallas at that time. Yarborough and Peoples, Robert Goody Whitfield, Wide Track, Bones, Jimmy Macon, who played the guitar with the Gap Band. So that's also a lot of the guys that wrote tunes for Michael McDonald, Minute by Minute. And so they were all hanging around the kind of Lemon Avenue area, and so we kind of got in with them, and we ended up flying out and playing on Yarborough and People's second album in Los Angeles, which was a pretty good hit. You know, they had the one big hit that Don't Stop the Music. Yep. So didn't get to play on that one, but we followed up and went out for the next album, which was really great. And we always used to play a place called the Place Across the Street, was a nice club, also on Lovers and Greenville Avenue. Okay. That was back in the late 70s, the time of Too Tall Jones and Harvey Martin. And
when the Cowboys was winning?
The Cowboys were definitely winning, and the party was on. Tony Hill, Drew Pearson, Tony Dorsett. They were all hanging out at the Place Across the Street, which was a lot of fun. And then that kind of went away, and we started a place called Popsicle Toes, and that was probably the most famous place we played at as far as being an integrated crowd. You know, it's the first place that we played that black people and white people came and hung out together.
I can testify to that.
That was back in the late 70s, you know, going into early 80s. And so then we got so big at Popsicle Toes that we actually went and opened our own club called Buster's. And it was the same guy that opened Popsicle Toes. And so that lasted for a couple years, and it was a real good scene. It was over on Abrams and Skillman, and a lot of people might remember going to that club. But I have a lot of people that come up to me now, some young people saying, I'm probably here today because my parents used to come and hear you guys at Popsicle Toes, and and there was some serious love making afterwards or something.
A lot of interracial babies, huh?
Yeah. You know, it's, hey, whatever it takes, you know. So, yeah, things were good at Popsicle Toes, and we met a lot of great musicians. A lot of musicians, when they came through town, would always come to Popsicle Toes because it was the place where all the musicians used to hang out. And we were real blessed. We could play our own original music there, and people would accept it just like they would anything we did by Earth, Wind & Fire, Stevie Wonder, anything like that. So
I can personally testify to y'all's musical skills because, like I say, you play a lot of cover music, but you do have your own original tracks. And, you know, people have got so used to hearing cover, and then when you pull out some of your own stuff, what's that?
Yeah, and that's the truth. And back then, people were more receptive. I think they wanted to hear more of your original stuff, and so we would try to do that, and we would always have big jam sessions at the end of the night and invite a lot of musicians up. And so all the musicians would get off their gig at 12, and we stayed open to 2, so they'd be hanging out for the last set. And it was just kind of the place to come and hang. It was a great time in Dallas in the late 70s and early 80s. So.
But I mean, y'all been pretty busy this early spring 2014, but like I was alluding to earlier, you're doing a lot of clubs, venues over on the south side of town, like Legends, RT's, and what is it, Brick House?
Yeah, we used to do RT's a lot. We haven't been in Legends in a while, but Brick House and Michael's of Arlington and Zuri, those are some of the clubs. We were playing a lot in Arlington these days. And but of course, Buttons has always kept us busy. We enjoy playing at Buttons. The food is always great. So.
Well, when they open up in Houston, you're going to go down there too?
We don't get out of town too much anymore. Everybody's so busy with their own lives now. We don't travel like we used to.
Yeah, I must say, 40 years of Buster Brown, and you're the last original member.
I'll never learn. I guess I just love doing this so much. It's really a blessing to get to still do this. And the thing about it is, the older you get, you always think when you're young that, hey, I'm not going to be doing that when I get older. But the music and the love for the music is still there, and so that's why we're still doing it. And
I know you have a unique love for it because, like I say, after 40 years, and you're the anchor now. Yeah. So I mean,
it's funny how it all starts off. At first, I was just a guitar player, and then you kind of grow into the. People start leaving, and you have to keep things together. So you have to become the band leader and book the gigs and buy the PA system and haul the PA system around and do all the things the little things behind the scene that you have to do. And now I just enjoy getting to the gig and hearing the great vocalists and Roger and Al and hear Peabody play the drums, and of course Ray flipping on bass and James Kings on keyboards. It's just a wonderful thing when it's happening on stage. So it's great when the audience is into it. It's like Al says, the more you drink, the better we sound. So
and yeah, what now y'all have James doing a lot more vocal singles now.
Just the kind who makes you I met some systematic, just said I'm an addict for love. The woman holds you, I should have told you, I'm my own girl.
Yeah, James is one of the best musicians I've ever played with. He's probably the best keyboard player outside of maybe Bernard Wright in town. There's a couple of other cats. Of course, Bobby Sparks. We all know Bobby Sparks is just unbelievable. But James should be there too, because he's a combination great vocalist and singer. So
if anybody wants to book you, how do they get a hold of you?
BusterBrownBand.com. BusterBrownBand.com. Yeah, I said BusterBrownBand.com.
I'm sorry, y'all, but Al does it a whole lot sweeter. But, he's the business part of the situation.
Right. Yeah, I can't sing it, but Al sings it. So, look us up on BusterBrownBand.com, and you'll see some of our music that we've done throughout the years, and check out the people that play in the band. And we have our discography, too, and biographies that talks about the individuals in the band. So hope you'll enjoy it.
Appreciate your time there, man.
Thank you. Appreciate the interview, man. It's awesome.
Don't it seem when we go through life, the winner and the loser, turn you on, turn around. Well, they're always in each other. And one thing
Club stay fly like an ego. Stay fresh to death to be the steez, yo. Do it for the love plus the people. LP on the scene, what it be, yo. In the club, stay fly like an ego. We be VIP wherever we go. Do it for the love plus the people.